quarantined at my parents' house still. Working on taking the stripes off today. I'm not at my garage, so I don't have my plastic razor blades. I don't have any sort of chemicals, none of my tools really. So it's kind of a bummer, but I'm making do with what I have. I did bring a couple things. I'm being super careful. Some of you guys are probably gonna scream when you see this. The razor blade, not using much. This tip is pretty worn out on this little pick that I got in the screwdriver kit. I'm using that to get in the edges, like where I can't get a fingernail, but I'm also using the heat gun, so it comes up really easy. I did notice, if you guys ever do this, you need to, the spots that the car is in the sun all day, when the film is, it's all about what temperature the film is at with how hard or easy it's going to be. So when this is at probably about, I'd say the difference between like 70 and 100 degrees is amazing. When it's at like 100 degrees, it really like comes up really easy in the corners, and then you want to let it cool down a little bit, and then it'll peel without, you know, coming apart. So I did a little test run on this little thin stripe. This is a pain, but luckily he didn't go. Whoever did this did a really good job though, because his lines and cuts are amazing. They're all super even, tucked in these corners. Like, this is pretty easy to get to, but down in here he tucked super duper well. I'm really impressed, which I can open the trunk. That's not even a good example. I'm sorry, he tucked under like here. So I'm gonna have to get in here very carefully with that pick, and I'll heat it up a lot and get it off. So I'm gonna take this license plate off next. Taking a look at it thus far, it definitely does take an edge off the car. It looks less muscle car-ish, but we're gonna make up for it with some nice tasty modifications here very soon, so do not worry. I'm excited to get the hood ones off. That's gonna be a game changer. Finally got that off. So the small stripes, correct me if I'm wrong if you're a vinyl expert, but I'm pretty positive, well, my dad got most of this off. You can see, I don't know if you can see it on camera, yeah, a little bit. It feels like it's like a cheaper vinyl, or just because it's just a smaller spot, it left a ton more adhesive on here. It's mega pain in the butt. The big stuff came off pretty good. It did leave a little bit of a layer. But I was gonna go to Home Depot and get some like adhesive remover, but my dad just whipped out some tar and sap remover, and it's working pretty good. He's got this thing soaked, super wet, and a plastic squeegee. Dad, what is it? What have you learned just in the last?
Just spraying it on there and let it soak a little bit. Seems to, you know, loosen that glue up, and then just, you can just see it right. That's all the glue right there that I've scraped up from about down here up. You just kind of work at it slowly and with the plastic scraper, and it comes off. And then when you wipe it with a rag, it gets the rest of the residue. And the big stripe, you can see a little residue there, but it comes right off with a rag. It has a little bit of the sap tar remover on it.
It's not the best thing, but I will paint correct this car so it'll fix if we scratch it at all. I would have normally gone and grabbed a gnarlier chemical to let that do all the work, so we don't have to be real abrasive with it, but quarantine times call for desperate measures. And I don't really want to go to the store, so this will work, and I'll fix it later. I don't know. if you can see what I can see. That line of the small is just really bad. Finally done with all of the stripe removal. Car looks clean. So much more my style. I like. Now it's just gonna take a while to get all this adhesive off. Just sprayed off the car again. Wiped the whole thing down with some soap and water to make sure we get all that adhesive off. So I'm gonna go ahead and dry her off, detail her, and then take a final look and enjoy the new look. Headed to a spot to take some photos and get the final look. New here, we're all about building confidence in the garage, learning about each specific sports car model one at a time, everything we need to know before buying them, to after getting them, DIY modifying them ourselves in the garage. So if you like that type of idea, you want to join the community, hit that subscribe button, check out that playlist on the screen. I appreciate you stopping by. See you on that playlist.